So, have you ever looked at somebody and wondered what they're thinking? Well, in Xander's case, that's not a problem. You don't need to. So, as soon as something hits his brain, it falls out of his mouth. And that is both a blessing and a curse. And particularly when watching movies, it becomes an issue because he just talks and talks and asks questions and asks questions. And at first, I always thought this was somewhat of a challenge that we had to overcome, and I used to engage in these conversations and we would miss a whole movie just because I was busy answering questions. And then finally, as we've gone down this autism journey, I've realized that this is not something that he can control, and it's also not something that he necessarily needs answers to. This is just his thoughts as soon as they come into his head, coming out of his mouth, and it's actually kind of entertaining. So I took a video of us watching a movie last night, and I'm curious. I'm only putting in the number of questions, interruptions, or things that hits him throughout this whole movie. So we were about 2 minutes into the movie and like 6 questions in, and I thought, you know what, I'm grabbing the recorder and I'm going to record this and edit it out. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Full disclosure, there is going to be some spoilers in this movie if you wanted to see this movie or not, but it's really fascinating to listen to him go through his routine in his head. And for those of you that actually make it all the way to the end, watch this all the way to the end, and then I'll we'll throw some questions out there to maybe have a little bit of a discussion about this. So so check it out. Hey guys, it's just a regular old boring night at our place. So we just finished our workout, so we've decided that we are going to watch a movie, and we chose to watch Gravity.
Is that Everest? What's that thing in the back?
5 hours off the reservation, and I showed 30% drag. My compliments to engineering. Except for a slight malfunction.
That's an astronaut.
At the roll axis, this jet passes one prime piece of thrust.
Is he lost? After this movie, I'm doing more school, right? I'm not going up the stairs until all of a sudden. Is that the guy floating around? How high are they up in the air? Throw it down over there. Down. Oh, what would be that guy in the spacesuit in the back? Shh. I don't think I'd be able to be an astronaut if I'm going to do a job like this, because I need to roll my eyes a lot. That's cool. How do they get that floating effect? Are they underwater doing this? I'm not be worried about that point. Oh, it's awesome to do that. Is that like Hawaii area, like tropical area? Like, could they just jump off the space station and go back down to Earth, or no? They will burn up in the atmosphere. But that one person who jumped from that thing to down back to Earth, remember that? But how did he survive?
He wasn't up as high as them.
They're up way higher?
Yeah.
Stop, please. Just drink it like a normal person. That's one thing you don't want to hear. Does it hurt?
Yep.
Or does it put a hole in your spacesuit? What's that? An airlock? Is it half of North America just lost their Facebook? Can space debris, if it hits you, can it kill you? Because of the satellites. That guy's still doing that? That guy was still doing that? That's going back down to Earth, isn't it? Wait a minute, are they all going back down to Earth except her? Stop talking! Are they going back down to Earth except her?
You realize the irony of you telling someone to stop talking?
It's because I need you to hear me. But is she the only one who didn't go back down to Earth?
Just watch it. You have to watch the movie.
Tell me, man. She's gonna use up all of her oxygen. Is she just gonna keep spinning forever until she dies?
Just watch the movie.
Oh, she's still spinning. Oh, she really can't tell. What is that place at? Paris?
At 12 o'clock.
She's stuck in space forever. So it's an hour and a half of her drifting like this? Is that the Oort cloud that we're seeing right now?
Could be.
She was hyperventilating, right? What happened?
Where you go, I go.
Oh, her.
Better.
If they go back to Earth, they'll die? But the Explorer blew up. Oh, that's it right there? Right there? That tiny thing? Bet you it's a pain to be pulled around like that, right? If Kowalski didn't have that jetpack, they'd be in trouble. Uh-oh. Is he dead? He's dead? But they don't know that? Oh my god. Did you go through his head? Is that person alive? Or is the other one dead?
Is he alive if he has a hole in his head?
No, not him. I saw another one drifting around with him. How fast does space debris move? They lived there? I know that guy, I just don't know his name. Dad, what'd she die from? Just oxygen exposure?
Yeah.
The floating thingy over there, or that light?
Agreed.
That light? Ancient. Kowalski only survived because he had the jetpack. If he died, she'd be stranded out there and die, and would be dead forever.
Dr. Stone and I have determined.
She runs out of oxygen.
What do you think?
What did she die?
What?
Does the space air come in?
Not immediately.
Hey, it's 8 o'clock.
I'm slowing you down.
What? How old are you? Can you stop that, please? What do you mean you had a daughter? Who's that guy floating up there? It's not Kowalski, it's another guy. Think they're gonna make it or no? Can you like swim, like move your arms and move, or you just float? If you wouldn't have wasted all of his tank. Come on, grab something. Or she's gonna get something. He's dead. He's gonna die, right? If she drifts away from the ISS, they both die. That's him? If she loses consciousness, she dies? Where's that thing, Dad? I thought that was her for a minute. I have no idea how she survived that. She pass out? Or did she fall asleep? That's not good. That's weird. Is that food in there?
Yeah.
Because it's floating fire. Is that another person who was with him?
Matt, I made it. I'm here. I'm on the station. Do you copy?
Or is that Kowalski? In the movie, never got to finish that sentence. Now what spec is him? Kowalski was a nice guy. Chatterbox. Oh, the board is behind the fire. That knocked you out? Man, you're weak. What are those things? Those bombs? Those are bombs. All of the ISS be carrying active bombs. Fire extinguisher. She made it into the capsule. The ISS is no more. If this actually happened, that's really bad. Docking is really hard because you can't see. Now is not the time to be reading instructions. If I'm in school tonight, I get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. She's out of there. What is that pointer thingy? You have that little screen to go off of. For Hobo getting Kowalski and stuff, right? He's dead.
Yep.
You ran out of oxygen? The thing got caught on the front, right? It's a lot worse than when she was in her spacesuit. Okay, that's locked. That's really annoying. She's stuck. The only hope is to go out and cut the tethers. But that's a risky game to play because if you are exposed to space air without a suit on, you instantly freeze and die. Space is way dangerous way more dangerous than all these movies made it seem. Like some movies make you think that you can just go right up to Houston and say, "Oh, put me on a spaceship, send me to space." You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to have years of training. Oh, she went out. She has something to cut the tethers with? Or is she going to try to unknot them? Isn't that space debris? She attaches those ropes. She can go back down to Earth. Yes? What does she do? Go to the Chinese space station and then go home? Because the ISS evacuated and used the escape pod. She didn't have one of those, right? She's going to need that bolt back, isn't she? Well, that's not going to help you at all, is it? I have no clue how our ship is not getting hit by any of this debris. Why does space debris move so fast? Those are some thick ropes. If this actually happened to the ISS, that's sad. It costs like $100 billion to build or something crazy like that. Because it costs a whole lot of money to get the instruments up there to build it. She's free? She's free? Isn't that what she wanted? Oh, come on! Another ad break? It's like Kowalski's thing, except way bigger. Are you proud of me that I wanted to finish school for the night? For the semester tonight? Is that Kowalski? It's cold in there. I mean, is that Everest right there? I think so. That's beautiful though. I wouldn't go up there just to take some cool pictures. I want to go up there to like go to Mars or something. Can you breathe on the surface of Mars without a mask on or no?
Nope.
Is there any world that you can besides Earth?
Not that we know of.
There probably is. Is that for docking? Docking is probably the scariest part of this. Because if you miss, you blow up the whole station, right? She's missing a wing, right? She's out of oxygen. She's out of oxygen. She's out of fuel. She wasted it all trying to get out. But why is it freezing, Dad?
Houston.
It's cold in space.
Houston, please confirm identity.
What, Dad?
Because it's cold in
Houston, you're
space.
coming in over an AM frequency.
What's he saying? That's Houston. Or are they sending somebody? Can they understand English? She's nuts. Or is she bored? They can't understand her. Chinese station's just fine, right? Can they hear her? The Chinese people? What are the Chinese people saying? She's dead. At first she thought she was talking to the Chinese space station. What's she doing? What's she doing? She's dying. That's Kowalski, isn't it? What's he doing? Did she die or no? How is she not dead? Tomorrow's gonna be such an awesome day. Oh. How does that work? Or does this have unlimited supply of O2? She was hallucinating? Kowalski's dead. She gonna try and get home? She's so gonna regret doing that. She can't just crash into the ocean because with actual space missions, Houston tells them where they're gonna land and they're gonna be all prepared for this. She's gonna go back to Earth. Then when it gets to 3 meters, it automatically breaks her fall. She's gonna do it anyway?
She's just going to use the landing rockets to try to thrust her towards the Chinese space station.
Is that him? Kowalski? Who's that then?
Dropping and you're gonna kiss the atmosphere.
Who's that? There's a person out there. Who is... That's Kowalski, isn't it? That's China? She's not doing well with that. Where's that space station going? Is it just traveling at regular speed? She has to get in now. It's like a first-person game, right? Are there people on that, or did they abandon ship? What is that? Abandon ship, abandon ship. She has to disconnect, right? Or else she dies. What's that? She has to disconnect. What is she doing? Ah, the Buddhist guy. Just disconnect. What is she doing? Did she disconnect? No, but I think she disconnected now. No, it is. Right, Dad? Now she's making it in. If she hit the wrong button, she would have died. Is that Hawaii? Because I think that's Hawaii, right? Usually if it's NASA, they have 3 individual things. Where is she descending to? She shouldn't have done that. She gotta get out now if she wants to live. That's not that deep, though. You gotta ditch the suit. Where'd she land? That's the other debris. I have no clue how that didn't burn up out of everything. Her thing didn't burn up because it wasn't meant to burn up. It was meant to withstand that. She like in like a bayou or something? That was one intense day for you. What was the movie called? Gravity?
Yeah.
This was a great movie.
I thought you'd like it.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Apollo 13's good too.
Yeah.
She's weak because she's been in space for so long.
Imagine how heavy you'd feel after being weightless that whole time. You know how like when you get out of a pool after you've been swimming all day and you feel super heavy? Imagine what it's like coming back from space.
Holy crap. I can't believe she's not butter.
See, the part they don't tell you is that she landed on a deserted island and nobody ever found her and she died of starvation.
No. Because they said they're coming to get her.
Start us off.
Well, I just showed you the video. So of us watching the movie Gravity with Xander, and this has just been our life for the last decade because Xander's been very verbal since being 2 years old, and I mean even watching VeggieTales was like this with him, and at first it was annoying. And we didn't understand it, and then it turned into, okay, he's just inquisitive, so we would try to answer every single question. And this was a light version. We had like 200 or some. And he was really not that verbal during this because the movie was just, there's not a lot of dialogue in the movie. And
So how long was the movie though?
it was an hour and a half. It wasn't a super long movie.
Okay, so I do just want to make the point that it's an hour and a half long movie and he shrunk it down to 17 minutes of footage. So there's some gaps in the questions.
Yeah.
When it's live.
Yeah.
It's still a lot. 200 and some.
Some of them were gaps. They weren't very long gaps.
No, but I'm saying it wasn't in an hour and a half. I'm not minimizing it by any means. I'm just making the point that it is condensed. So those questions, some of them, there's at least a breath in between.
Yeah.
Some.
So I think the takeaway from that video, which I think you and I have known for a little while now, but the takeaway is that Xander is not able to deal with ambiguity. And in the movies, in just about all of them, there's some form of ambiguity, which is why Kowalski is such a big, prominent...
Yeah, bonus points to anyone that can count the number of times he said Kowalski.
He was very worried about, because the movie's not clear what happens to him until later in the movie, and so he's always looking for clarification, and most everything in there was looking for clarification. And then he would have some random thoughts, which is also normal, like he would just all of a sudden it's 8 o'clock, you know?
Well, and you hear Colton chime in a couple of times.
Yeah.
Oh, the irony of Xander shushing Colton because he didn't want to hear Colton talking during the movie. Mad props to Colton for just kind of tuning this out and not, because I can't. I walk away most of the time during movies because I can't tune things out as well as men have that great ability to tune things out. Yeah. So I'm there like, Xander, stop. Xander, stop. Xander, shh, just watch. Xander. And so my coping is, if it's not a movie I'm dying to see, maybe I find something else to do because it stresses me out.
But the cool part is that that really is an insight into how his mind works. And that he's always, whether it's in a movie or in life, he's always looking for some concrete clarification. There's no gray area with him. He is black and white, and he needs to know. And this is why he drives us crazy with stuff like when we're in the car and he says, hey, when are we going to be here? And we say, oh, about this. He doesn't want about. He wants, give me 13 minutes and 27 seconds, and then he'll clock you.
And one coping mechanism we've come up for that is to allow him to be the navigator. So sometimes if we're taking a road trip, usually it's not when you're in the car, but if I say like no phones, no games or whatever, I let him navigate. And so he'll turn on like the Waze app and he can watch the countdown and he can, oh mom, there's going to be construction in 2 miles. And oh, see, there's the construction. I told you there was going to be construction. And that is so like stress relieving for him to have that tool that he can watch the minute. Oh, and if we're in traffic, now we know it's adding time, so he can kind of see that. So that's just like a tip that kind of helps him. But like you were saying, it's a window into his mind, and you really start to understand that with his autism, this isn't him trying to be annoying. This isn't him being defiant, it's
just how his brain works.
It's just how his brain works, and there is no filter. This is something where I want to share with his social coach that I'd like him to try to work on it a little bit. Maybe we talk about, write your questions down. We'll talk about them at the end. Something so that he can go to a movie someday.
We don't take him to movies.
Yeah, I mean, or a kid's movie during the day when there's not other people that are going to get annoyed because people don't understand.
So for the 4 people that will actually get to the end of this video, I would love to hear something back from you if you thought anything was in there. I mean, I hate to laugh at it.
Well,
it's funny and it's entertaining.
Funny. Could you imagine? Could you?
Oh my goodness.
And you are so patient. High five, props to you.
Yeah, it took a decade to get there, but
we're learning, and so this is a big reason why we're sharing. So maybe someone else can relate. Do you have someone that has to know everything that doesn't have that filter? Us too.
Yeah.
I mean, we get it. So
if you got this far, let us know.
Yeah.
Because we'd love to hear if somebody got something from this one.
And do the Kowalski counter.
Yeah, somebody do the Kowalski counter.
The number of times he's asked.
It's got to be 10% was Kowalski, at least.
Yeah, I don't know, but we love him. This is one of the things we really appreciate about him. We've come to a place where we're not laughing at him. We can laugh at the situation. He can even laugh at the situation.
Yeah.
And might be worth putting out there now just to let you know. Our kids always get final say before the videos go live.
Right.
So if we...
He just gave a thumbs up on this.
Yep. If we touch on something that they say, no, I don't want to share that with the world, we will not put it up. So anyone that's like, oh, you're exploiting your kid, they're agreeing to it. They're okay with it. We are open with our kids about the challenges we all have. Everybody's got challenges, and if we can help someone else, why not?
Exactly.
So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.